morning everybody, and how are you today? I had a quiet evening last night. I needed to relax. I think I was overworked, but hey I don't mind because I love my job anyway. So well, welcome to the 1st of September everybody. It's getting closer to Christmas. I thought I'd make that happy for you. And I've had a few comments as well. Well, not comments. Well, I have had a few comments. Let's get this right. From people, which is, wonderful comments. A lady thought that I looked a bit uncomfortable doing the video close up yesterday. I've explained to her it wasn't that. That didn't bother me. It was my cat. It'd been on my case all day long, meowing for no reason, even though he'd had his food and everything. He just wouldn't stop. And it was just being a bit of a nuisance. And I think there's only so much you can take. And when you've had it, all day long, probably 8 hours plus, you start to get frustrated. And I think that's what was wrong with me. So I apologise for that, everybody. I just want to thank a few people as well, and also some new subscribers also. So I'm going to go through the subscribers first, and I want to welcome, I've probably said your name before, but it keeps popping up on my phone, so it's making me think I've missed you. So I want to say welcome to Linda Gilmore, Robin Powell, Wreath Creations by Jen, Manans Latich, Carrot Sullivan, Margaret Woolley, Caesar Fernandez. I know I've said that one before, but hey, welcome again. Nicole Fallon, Nora Browning, and Drill Girl 45, and also all my family. And I want to just say a few thank yous to the comments from a few people. If I've missed your name, I apologise. There's that many. I try to reply to everybody. So, thank you, Jenny Boyce, Sandra Rose, my lovely friend Lorraine Brown, Julie Hodkins, Tina Suter, Dinky Dye, Designer of Flower, Nin Cootie, Carrot Sullivan, and lovely Irma Solander, and probably everybody else. I've written just a few names down. Sorry if I've missed your name, but thank you for all your comments. Such wonderful comments, and they mean such a lot to me. It's really very heartwarming and touching. So I've gone through a few, like I said, and I'm sorry if I have missed your name. Let me move my chair. That's another thing I've got to keep remembering, to move my chair. I have a chair, so if I'm doing something small, I can sit down and do it. It's not that I'm lazy. It's just that, why not? Take a seat with a cup of coffee and work. I do. Right, today I've decided to do a fan using palm arrangement. All I've done is stuck these pieces of fan on either side with my glue onto one block of Oasis, and underneath I've got a bit of felt. I've got all colours, but I thought it goes better with this, the gold. I stuck a bit of felt underneath, just so that when it's on somebody's cabinet or wherever they may want to put it, it's not going to affect the Oasis, and the Oasis isn't going to crumble or anything. And it's also a smooth finish. So, and I've just stuck that on as well with my glue. Just place bits, along there, up here, and just the odd bits in the centre, and then just put it down, and then just press my Oasis onto it. So I hope you can see today. So what we're going to do, we're going to first of all go through our foliage. I thought I'd add some fern, and I thought I'd add our gold fern. And I thought, well, this, with it being gold there, that can come out either side of the fan. I don't really know what to call it because it's a palm, but it isn't a fan shape. So, yeah, we'll call it a fan. So I've got some of that. I have got my oddments, but I'm still trying to use up of my variegated ficus. And I thought, with it having white in, that could add a bit nice texture against it as well. I've also got this crocodile fern from a company called Leaf that I really adore what they sell. And I've got this. It's slightly white colour, if you can see. So it's soft as well. It's like a flocked effect. So I may put the odd one in there, not a lot, just the odd one. And because I missed this the other day and I've gone through my buckets and it was near the, slightly at the top, just poking out, I thought I'd incorporate that. I know it's quite light, but that might, bounce off from everything that we're doing and show everything up. So I'm going to use that as well. And it's quite airy, as you can see. And I'm also going to use my large bulrush. I've taken the leaves off. I don't want the leaves on, and they are also going to be sticking out from either side of the arrangement. And I've just grabbed in my bucket, in my offcuts, just a few bits of the, the eucalyptus, the silver dollar, that's it. I'm forgetting already. And I've only just had a cup of coffee before I come in. So I'm going to use the odd bits as well as the ficus with that, just to give it a different leaf effect. I've also got out just some odd little bits of my conifer, the rubbery texture as well, that I may want to scatter around on the top and also incorporate in the side. So I don't know if you can see that. I'll just show you one up close. And that's the length that they come in. They're no longer than that. So I always sometimes, stock up on little bits, if I'm definitely doing an arrangement and I don't want it to, to get a big stem out. And I think, well, it's worth it when you can buy a bulk in a pack of 100, and just to use, or wreaths, anything actually, what you feel like you'd like to do. I've also got out some oddments of my asparagus fern from the company called Leaf again, which I absolutely love this. It's very, calming. It's very succulent and it's, it's really, really sweet. So I'm going to use that in it as well. And also, yes, my fern, I'm going to dot the odd one again from the company called Leaf. The rubbery texture, with it being dark, I don't just want everything light. I want a bit of dark to give that contrast for all the other things and the foliage and the flowers to bounce off. I did get a few bits out as well out of my oddments of my globe fern. I'm not sure, I'll add some of it, but I don't think I'll add the whole lot. So we're going to put that in, and I love this. And you know something, these are fabulous in wedding bouquets. I've done wedding bouquets and people have spotted them. One lady did, and she wanted lots of this. She loved it. So we've got that, and I've also got my oddments again. As I say, I'm trying to use my oddments, of my little white berries, which I'm going to put in as well. Just dot them around and maybe use them in as depth around places. And I've also got some of my Scabiosa. I love Scabiosa. I did when I did it with fresh flowers. Love the effect of it. It was a wonderful effect. I've only got 4 out. I've got quite a few of it, but I thought, well, if I use, probably 2 either end and then 2 in the centre. So I'm going to use that as well. I've also got out my beautiful, beautiful ranunculus in white, and that is stunning. It is a pure, pure white. I don't think you could get it any whiter. It is absolutely white as snow. It's beautiful. So that will look lovely if I bring this here against the gold. I think that's fabulous. So we're going to put that in, and for our bits of floral, I'm going to put in some coral coloured roses with their own little bit of gypsophilia. I won't be putting the leaves on because they are the leaves that thread, so they'll be coming off. But that colour is amazing. I love it. So and that as well. I've only got one stem out of my carnation spray with a little bit of pink in. So it is the pink on the edge of the petals, and these are silk as well. And I thought they would add a bit, probably one coming again out either side and the rest in the centre. And I've also got some mini rose sprays, or spray rose should I say. I always say it wrong, don't I? Spray rose, and they've got their own little bit of eucalyptus, their own little seed heads in there as well, and their own foliage, which is like a dotty leaf. It's got bits of dots, brown dots on them, but I've used that also in a lady who I did a wedding bouquet. She spotted these in my buckets as well, and she adored them, and that is what I did a wedding teardrop bouquet out of. So for a lovely friend's daughter, Leanne. So I've done that, and I thought I'll get some of those and put those at the top. And for my movement, you've got it, guys. The usual, I've only grabbed a small few. My calla lilies are my one and true plus favourite. I've never loved anything so much for the eeriness, for the movement. I adore these. They are my number one favourite. So that's what we've got today. So I'm going to push everything down to the end because I like space. I really do. Oh, I think I've forgotten something. And I also want to add in, that one's not got nothing on, my lilac colour wheat. I haven't sprayed this. I brought this colour, and I thought the odd bits of those would add a different texture to the arrangement. And I put it against, when I had a look, against the gold, and I thought, yes, you can see it. And with the colour scheme that I'm going with, that will look superb. So that is what we've got. So let's get started. It's an early start today because I've got some things to do this afternoon. Well, for the rest of the day. So I've got about 5 hours work after this. So I'm looking forward to it. So everybody, oh, have I got my clippers are here. Ready. Let me pull my bin slightly out because it is underneath, so when I take my rubbish off I can slide it straight into the bin. So what we are going to do is start with our gold fern. Now I've got 2 pieces at the front what are small. I just want to see which length I'd like, whether it be the small length. Yeah, it'll be the smaller ones. I don't want the bigger ones because I think if I look at those and check those out, mind you, I don't know. Oh gosh, here we go. Round 1. Changing my mind already. And my cat, I've locked him in the house today. I really have. No, that's a bit too long. So yes, I'm going to go for the ones at the front because they come in different sizes on this stem. So we'll pull these off because they can pull off. So we'll pull 2 off. There we go. I'm not going to use any more of those. I just wanted the 2. And again, like yesterday, if you don't want all of these leaves on, just pull them off. I'm going to keep them on because apart from, let me just measure, because I do get a bit technical. Yeah, they're both the same size. So I'm just going to cut slightly at the bottom at a 45-degree angle. And I'm going to dip them in my glue. And I'm going to place them just there. So this bottom leaf is just sitting slightly in. I don't want it, going too far in. So as you can see, let me just remove the excess glue, everybody. It's only in like that. So these leaves, I've got a couple of leaves that are sat inside the fan. And that's all I'm going to do. I'll just make sure it's sitting in the correct position. And do the exact same with this one. So this will be quite a long arrangement, especially coming out this, and this will look lovely on any table, you know, dining table, or on a nice beautiful cabinet in your bedroom window, absolutely anywhere. So it's a multi-purpose arrangement. So that's how we've got now those, and that is how long it looks. So that actually, once I've put those in, oh my gosh, it's over 24 centimetres. So let me get my tape measure. I started to be technical, guys. And I'll measure it correctly to let you know from tip to tip. So that is there. That's 20. Oh my goodness. Let me 31 inches. 31 inches long. So I want it around 30 because to give it an even number. So I'm going to push 1.5 centimetre. That's that. And then 1.5 centimetre here. Now let me measure it again. From there, 30 inches. So that's what we have, a 30-inch arrangement. Oh, one moment, I think I've got my order come, another delivery. One moment. Yes, everybody, it was an order. I've just quickly opened the box and oh, I am buzzing. I have got some wonderful colours in that box. So I've ordered things off a lady who's selling them privately, Emily, on a wreath club that I've joined, and she had some wonderful things and I couldn't help myself. I'm constantly buying. Anyway, let's carry on. Sorry about the interruption again, guys. So now I'm going to put in our bulrush because I want them to sit above the gold fern. So I'm going to cut these down. I don't want them, you know, going over. I want them to sit, because they're quite long, about the same length, and they really need to go in quite far because they are virtually the same length as the actual leaf. So all I'm doing is going to put have a little stem on, just like that, and I've cut that 3 inches, not 2 today, 3. So we're going to put these on, and I'm going to put that also again just above the fern and push it right up to the neck of the bulrush. Just remove some of the excess glue, and that's how far, guys, I have pushed it in, if you can see, right up to the top of the neck, because they are very long. So we've got those in it as well, and I'm going to do the same with this on the opposite side. It's quite a very thick stem. I'm just going to sit it immediately above. Let me just crop this excess glue, because I don't like to see a mess where the glue's dried, and plus it won't help. Let me just take it off my fingers first and grab the rest. Because there's some a bit on the felt, so before that starts to dry, I'll remove it. Because once it's on the felt, it can start to look quite messy. So I'm going to just snip that little bit off. There we go. So now we have our bulrush as well on either side. So here we go with our beautiful fern. And I want to put an odd bit on the bottom for the greenery. Let me just check with the crocodile fern if I'd like to put that there. Oh yes. No, we'll put the crocodile fern there instead. Sorry for changing my mind. I'm going to get 2 pieces. And this can be pushed up as well. You can bring these right to the top. So you can position them in any position that you think you like. I've got crocodile fern on my garden. It's not as pretty as this. Mine's dark green. But yes, it's beautiful. So I'm going to bring that also in. And I'm going to put that right to the neck as well when I insert it. Because I don't want it coming over this leaf. And so it's going to hide the gold. So we'll do that one again. And I'm going to go above the bulrush. And I'm going to push it right in. So that adds a little different texture. Remove the glue. And I'll do the same on the opposite side. Let me just make sure that I can get those up. Push them as far as I can. I may add one in the centre as well. So I'm going to do the same here. And I'm not going anywhere, you know, up the oasis. If you can see, I am going above the stem of the bulrush like I did with this fern. With the bulrush I went above the fern stem, and with this I've gone above the bulrush stem. So I've still got plenty of room to put things in. So let me just see if I add one more. Oh my good gracious me. Yes, I'm going to put one in the centre. So let's get one in there and push it up, because you do have all of that doing nothing. So this is where you can position your leaves if you would like some of them to stand like that and have that effect, or if you would like them all to the top like I did on the side as well. I might just leave that one where it's very, you know, dotted around, but I'm going to push the top one up to the top. And then bring the second one up slightly, and then the third one. So I've got a longer stem to play with. Yes, we're going to put that in. Remove the plastic off the bottom. The second coating. Cut at a 45-degree angle. And I'm going to put that in the centre now. Again, if I'm going to be technical, that's 23, so you want it 11.5 centimetres. So that's 23 centimetres, so 11.5. I'm going to just mark it, it's there. So I'm going to stick that right in the centre. And I'm going to have this slightly sticking up. I'm going to remove the excess glue. And if you feel that the stem's just slightly doesn't look, you know, is bending, just manipulate it, because what we're going to do, we're going to go down. That's the shape what I am, you know, that I'm heading for, to bring it down. So I don't need no more of this because it is quite bulky. So we'll put that back in as bucket. It's great because I've got all my foliage here now, all in different buckets. Because I had some mixed together, all the fern I'd got in one bucket, and I couldn't see what colours I've got or what styles. So now I've got 5 buckets with different ferns in, chock-a-blocked at top. So I can just go to it and grab them. So that's a bonus. Right. Let's get some of our other fern, the one that I adore. And let me see how I'm going to place this. Just check before you actually decide to glue it in. I might have just one stem, so let me just take that off. No, I don't think that's looking right there, so these may have to go here. So I'm going to take that one off and then put it on a pick. Oh, I've ordered another 500 picks, guys. As soon as I think I'm starting to run low, I tend to just go and order a load more. Even though I might not run low for the next month, that doesn't matter to me. As long as I've got them in stock and I know I can fall back on them. So with this one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it right next to this fern in the centre. Just remove any excess glue. And I'm going to let it, you know, slightly bend and manipulate it so it's leaning. And I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. Oops. There we go. And I'm going right next to, I will show you how I've placed it in a moment. Get rid of the excess glue. And that is how close I've placed it to the fern in the centre. Right up to the stem of the centre fern. I hope you saw that. I hope, you know, I'll keep trying to see because I've moved the camera again. I hope that you've got that. I've slightly moved it back because when I was, not much though, because when I was doing the video yesterday, I couldn't see a bit of the top of the wreath that I was doing. I know you'll see this because it's lower down. So, but just a little bit, not much. And I don't think at the moment, I'm going to hold on to this because I don't want to put too much of it in, just to start with. I'm going to get these little conifers, different type of conifers as well, from the other ones that we used yesterday. And I'm going to put these coming out or pushing it through and bringing it out there. And I'm making it smaller because I don't want it to go, you know, over this crocodile fern. So we're going to go here. Remove any glue. If you can see, and that's how I've placed it. If you want it to come in a little bit more, you know, just manipulate it to bring it in slightly. I'm going to do the same on both ends. I'm going to put two either side, well, one either side of each other. And plus it's a darker colour as well, so it will set against and contrast against the light fern. And again, because I can't go through there, I'm going to, in fact, get one of these, poke an hole in. Because you can easily poke holes in these. And to remove the glue off of it, so, because we don't want to see that. Just manipulate it. It's got its own mind, this one. There we go. And do the same on the opposite. See, I can get through that one. Take this dust and plastic off. lift it slightly. So that's the look that we have at the moment. And I think that's already looking quite effective, especially on here because there's hardly anything there. And I'll save those two for above. In fact, let's have a look. No, I'll hang on to those as well. Now I want to use some of these to set off and put these in as well. I think these are really pretty because they're very airy, and you know, when you look at them up close, they're very, very airy. And you know, when I say airy, it's you know, I mean in that you can see through it, and also it's quite, you know, flexible as well. So I'm going to put one. Let's have a look here. So I've got that slight airy touch just coming out, and remove the glue. I think these are wonderful. They're like a creamy yellow. I can't really explain. Yeah, they're like a rubbery texture as well. Do the same under here. And remove the glue. So that is quite bouncy as well. If I just lean that one over, in fact I'll lean that one slightly over also. Oh, I think that looks lovely. Again, I've put those in, and look how much room, guys, we still have left to put everything else, even along the sides. Doesn't that look superb? I know you can't see me placing them in, that's why I keep bringing them up to show you, so you can have a quick look where I've placed them in the oasis. I'm not going to put any more of those in as of yet again. So now our asparagus fern. I think I'm going to put this at the top alongside to give it that, again, that soft movement, and also the airiness on it as well. So we're going to put these just in front of the fern, in between the fern and the crocodile fern. Again, just to give it that lovely little soft movement. Oh, I do love things like this. And again on this side. So that is where we've placed those. Let me just hold up because they are quite heavy. Inside there, in between this crocodile fern and this rubbery textured fern. Place them in there to take away the, you know, it being quite solid here. I wanted something softer in between. And as you can see, I'm making a fan shape. I'm mimicking what we have here. And that's the aim of what I'm doing. So I think I'll put one actually just above here too, or should I put it under there? No, I'm going to put it under this creamy coloured fern instead of having it so close to the other one. Just take a few of the spiky leaves off at the bottom. Give me a bit more stem. And I'm going to push this right in to the neck. as well. And then let this, the creamy coloured one, just sit on top there. Take a few more of these spiky leaves off as well. Put that. Let's try and push it in. It's not playing ball. There we go. And again, as you can see, I'm creating the fan shape. So that's where I've placed them, just under there, inside, just near the top. I was always taught to start with your foliage first, and then you can work your floral around your foliage. Now again, I'm not saying that I'm going to use all of this. I've cut little bits I've got from my oddments down. They're all different sizes apart from these. I think these are all the similar size. And because they've got white, I thought they'd look beautiful against this. So I've just got to be careful on where I place them. And I don't mind, like, if some come away from here, it's, you know, that will add to the effect and make it more fun and beautiful. So let me just put one there a moment and just to see. It may not look. Let me just turn it round from there. Now then. Let me hang on with that. I may just use them at the top instead. That one looked quite nice there. Let me just place that there a moment. Probably a bit more here. Yes, I'm going to put two either side there. I'm not going to go mad with these because as much as I love them, I just want to make sure that we're all right with everything and we're getting everything in. So I'm placing them just in front of this stem from here, from this fern. Let me just see what that's like. I always like to stand back. Yeah. If you can see, guys, that's how I'm doing it. They're slightly coming over, but that's what you expect from, you know, plants or anything like that. So we're going to stick just two of these in as well. I'll just slightly bend that stem so it's leaning. That's better. I'll do the same with this one. I like to lean some of them out so you can see. And that's where I've also placed those, just slightly about a centimetre away from the cream coloured fern inwards. Just to also give it that extra texture and movement. I'm not going to put those in. So let me just put these back until I decide if I need any more. So I'll move those there. Oh, we've got our lovely eucalyptus. This is my favourite. I absolutely adore this. If you've got bent leaves, just rub them with the warmth of your hand. As you can see, And you just keep going where the crease is, where it's gone. And there you go. So that's that. Let me look for any more. Yeah, there's one here. Beautiful. Now, these are quite big leaves, so I could bring those there, but push them in till they come about here. I think that one on the bottom is in the way. In fact, no, I've just come up with an idea and just seen it, and I think that will add to it. What I'm going to do is just slightly bring them just hanging over here, because I don't just want to see just the fan. I want to bring things in front to give it a natural look. You will see still the majority of it, but I just want to bring in some bits of the foliage or floral just slightly coming over the sides. So I'm going there where the ficus is. And if it doesn't bend over, then you can always glue one of the leaves, you know, like that onto it, just to keep it coming there. So, because that's lifting up, look, so I might just do that. So let's just get a bit of our glue on one of the leaves, just to bring it down. There we go on that side. I'm not putting a lot of glue on. It's just to manipulate it and bring it down to hold, you know, hold it all down so it's coming slightly over. If you can see that, guys. Oh, I've got glue around me again. We'll do the same. And we're going to do the same this side. I think I'll take those off at the bottom though. Oh gosh, I think I'll have to cut those off. They're quite well glued in. And if we have the same issue where it's popping up and it won't, you know, stay down, then we'll just glue it down one of the leaves as well. I don't glue all the leaf, I just glue a little bit on the side. Let me just make sure I can see it. It's about here. Again, that one's popping up. So I will use one of these leaves again, and I will just put a bit of glue on this side, not on all the leaf, because I want the leaf to still pop up on one side to make it look like it's natural. So I will glue it just here, if you can see, just a tiny bit. If you've got any glue string, just grab it off quickly. And then I'm just going to bring this down, hold it onto the fan, because it's then going to keep that into place. Well, hopefully. Oh no, it's not. Not today. In fact, let me remove it. And it's quite good before it dries. You can peel it off. There we go. I just want to make sure for definite that it's all off. And if you can't get it off, do what I say on occasions. Get your scissors and follow the pattern of the leaf, and it's off. So that's actually bent down. It's now I've forced it down. So, oh, that's a good job then. I want one what's got quite a bit on. I'm going to bend it before we put it in. See how far that goes down. Now that may be a bit too long. So I'm going to take the top one off and cut it where the node is, where the next leaf is. Let me just place it. Yeah. And again, do it there. Let me just quickly remove the glue. And manipulate it to bend over. Just bring it through there. I think that one's having trouble sitting in place, so we'll try and glue this one in. I hope this one plays game. I'm going to do the same just a bit on there. And just hold it in place just for a few seconds. There we go. That's perfect. Let's get another one. I'm trying to look. See, now they're all a bit. That one. See, this is quite a strong stem. So this may hold into place by itself. And if you feel that you want to move the leaves around, because they will move around on the little prongs, just to bring them in a different position, then you can do that as well. And then do one more on this side. Again, just keep manipulating it into a position that you'd like to see it, you know, sitting. Right, so we still have a lot of room left. Now I've positioned those. I've put them next to each side of the ficus. So they're nicely sat in, and it looks like that from this end. And as you can see on the top, it's like that. Doesn't it look wonderful already, even with just the foliage? I was speaking to a lady who's also texted me, and she said she likes to see foliage. She's done arrangements where it's just foliage. Oh, I've done many where it's foliage, because I am foliage crazy. I cannot do one without foliage. But like I say, just like this, you can just keep putting foliage in instead of floral, and that will also give you a wonderful effect. It really does. Especially if people just like green like me, the favourite colour, and the decor in the house is green. It would look wonderful with just a little bit of gold just to set it off. It would look fabulous. So put that there. Right. Now I have got, I don't know if I've shown you these. I don't think I've shown you that I've got these. I've got the fern with the little buds on the top in the pink. It's flocked, and it's got grass as well. That's also flocked, you know, with pink in it as well. And this is lovely, really, and it's very it moves, you know, even when I've got some outside on one of my pots I've done arrangements, when the wind blows, it just moves like it's a natural plant, and it is lovely and really, really effective. I just want to see where I'd like to place that. Yeah, I'm going to put one either side. So, oh, I nearly used my scissors. I must stop trying to use my scissors because they're not meant for wire. It's just for ribbon, the ribbon scissors. I'm naughty. And I'm just bending the stem slightly, so when they sit in, they will lean over. So let me just cut it at an angle. And I'm going to put these also just in between, above the white fern. So it just gives that different texture and movement. Spread them out so that, you know, you get a few on either side coming through and doing that for you. Let me just make sure that I've moved these all up to the top. Yeah. And again, the same on this side. And just fluff. Let me just manipulate it a little bit more. I seem to have quite a few bits on one side than the other. So you can twist these around. I'm not happy yet with that because it looked like it's still clumped together. That's better. So that's what we have on the end, just above this white fern. Oh, isn't that lovely? No, I'm still not happy with that, guys. Let me pull it out. It's not playing. I'm going to use another one. Push that right to the top. Bend it slightly over before I put it in. See, that sometimes helps as well if you bend it over before you actually place it in. Let's manipulate it and spread it also. So this is like a fan as well. I think that one will sit much better. I'm not going to go in the same hole because I don't want to make it any bigger where it's got a chance that it may come out. I think I'll press that one, lean that one over as well a bit more. So that's again what we have with the pink fern, with the grass and the little pods. Just adding a different colour against all the greenery. And that's how we're looking on the inside too. Doesn't that look wonderful? Right, let's get our globe fern. And I'm going to dot some of these around the bottom as well. So let me remove any dust. We want a clean stem. And I'm also, if you can see, placing this right here at the bottom. And I'm going to spread it out so you've got it coming from different areas, or looking like it's growing from different areas. I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. And go underneath. And just hold it. I don't want to be holding onto the fan because it is very woody and it does snap very, very easily. Let me just have a look. That's better. And that's how we've got it there as well. So I'll do the same on the other end. See it better here. And that'll help as well to fill it up. I don't want all of those. I put a couple in the top. And again, we've done exactly the same on that side. Placed it right at near the bottom next to the crocodile fern and just slightly above our conifer. So in fact, let me just put, and I might use those as depth. Yeah, I'm going to put one either side and use them as depth. Because we're still yet our floral. Put that. So I want something slightly at the bottom. And I'm only pushing them in slightly. I'm not pushing them in a lot. I haven't a lot of stem to play with. I could attach a pick, but I don't want to. They'll stick up enough to be able to spot them. And I've put those as well next to the ferns in the centre. I hope you can see that. It's starting to get where you won't be able to see where I'm placing things. It's hard, like I say, because I've got these fans in the way, the palm. It's starting to be a bit slightly harder to spot where I'm placing. And now I've got a seed. I'm going to want to place, I think, let's have a look. Just lift that up. Yeah, I'm going to use these as depth at the end as well. And I'm placing these just above, if you can see, the crocodile fern. Just there. Trying not to touch the palm because it does break quite easily. And I'm going to place those just as depth sitting underneath. You can still move your crocodile fern around if you want to, you know, just position it slightly different. And I'll do the same with this. In fact, have I got a bigger one? Yeah, that's a bigger one. Just get all the dust off of it. Sometimes you get plastic on it and I don't know what it is. See, this one's got plastic on. I can't get this one off. It must have come off of the actual stem. I'll have to check them. And do the same again, just above the crocodile fern. Maybe you can see. I hope. Sorry guys. And I'm placing it just there with the globe fern, using it as depth. I'll save these pieces again. Excuse me. Right. Now, do I add these in now? Yes, we'll add these in now. I'm going to put 3 in on either end. 1 underneath this big fern and then 2 shorter either side on each end. And then I'm going to put 1 either side of the crocodile fern. So I want 8 in total. 2, let's get some smaller pieces. 3. And these do snap very, very easily. 4, 5, 6. Because I've had mess of these before and oh my goodness. They are so, so delicate. Right, the stronger ones. Let's see, which, I think it's this one. Yeah, I'm going to put underneath the fern. So let me just see how much. Do I want it sticking out slightly? Just above the fern, yeah. So I'm going to cut just a little bit off of here. And if you want to give this extra support, you can put a stem on it, a pick, and then just to hold it and give it a bit more support. So I'm just going to lift it and I'm going to go under here where this fern is, And I'm going to be really careful pushing it in because they do snap very, very easily. And then just measure that one about there. In fact, this is how you do it if you want to give it a bit of support. Let me just get my tape. And you just put a pick on it, just at the bottom there, for that extra support, or you could bring it up here. So it's just got that little bit of a stem from the wire pick. And all you do before you attach it to the pick, get your corsage tape and wrap it a couple of times around, then put your pick onto that, so then the pick then will start to go around, and just keep bringing it down to the bottom. And once you've gone to the bottom, you see the stem there of the this piece of wheat. Go below that onto the actual wire stem, and then that will hold it in much more. So that gave it a bit of strength as well. So then we'll measure it again. So yeah, I'm only cutting a tiny bit off of the actual wire stem. So that will make it easier for you as well to go in, because I will show you one where I've spotted in there what's already snapping. And I'm going to push that just underneath there and help it to go in. And that will give you more strength. In fact, I may do that because if you look, they're so fragile, it is unbelievable. So I'm going to take that one out and do the same with this. Again, with my tape, let me just start to wrap a little bit on the tape, on the stem of the wheat, just so it starts to stick to that. And it is where you have to stretch this to give it that little bit of the stickiness to start. Then, I hope you can see, everybody, I'm putting that just there so I can start to wrap over it and go down the stem, so it's got more strength for you to insert it into your Oasis. Because honestly, the amount of times that I have broke these, it got to the point where I started hating using them. But no, they are wonderful things to use, very decorative. So now we've got the support and the strength. Let me just grab it from here. I shall put it, even though that's where I've gone, I'm just going to go slightly next to it. And then you'll be able to push this in, because it acts like a wire pick. You're using your wire pick. Just check how much I'm, a little bit more. There. So that is now, it is securely in. And if you want, you could put a wire pick all the way down. If you're frightened that it may break up here, you could, or just put a bit of tape around it, corsage tape, to also protect it. And I think we're going to do the same with several of them, or with all of them, should I say. Right, let's see how far I want these out. So I want these just shorter than the actual fern. So it's probably about 2 inches below the tip of the fern. So then that's saying to me, I need to cut off just about that much when I look how far it's going in to my Oasis. I don't want it going all the way down there because the Oasis starts here. So I only want a little bit, so I'm going to take off at least 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches, because I don't need all of that. Do the same. I'll bring it up slightly further. Just start wrapping it around the wheat itself first, and then let the tape come over onto your pig. And then just keep going. And as you can see, you've got that from your wheat. Carry on taping below. You don't have to go all the way to the bottom. And then just pull it off. So I'm going to do a couple at that height. Gosh, I can't find my thingies. And let's measure again. Gosh, that one's even longer. So I'm going to do it about here. I'm going to take quite a lot off of that. Yeah. I'm going to do it again with this one. Bring that up a bit more. And if you're not sure or can't remember how far you did it, before you put this one in, measure it for the length and where you've started with your wire pick, and then look at the bottom or stand it like that, and then you can see where you need to start with your tape. So again, just above the pick, a couple of times around the wheat, and then add your pick. And I'm still being delicate because I could snap that off of the wheat as I'm going round. So I'm still being delicate with it because that I don't want that to happen, because then it becomes floppy at the top and there's no support. So that's two. See now that one, that's not a very long one, but I'll measure it again on this side. I can see where my oasis is, so I want at least 2 inches to go in just to be secure. So I'm going to cut that. And before I start, I can do it another way, measure with this one and cut the same length, so then you know now that they're both equal. It's all fun and games. It's just that I just like to make sure, you know, because again, you know, think positive, think that, you know, don't think, oh, well, it will do. No, think positive and think, well, it could happen. You know, let's sort it out to prevent that from happening. Because you want to make a good job for the customers. You want them to be happy. Right, let me just measure where I've started with the pick. So it's here. Right, let's go down onto the pick now. So that's that. So I'm going to do these two as well. Oh, I've got the correct amount of picks out. But with these, you can see, look, that's bent already. That is, and I've not even really touched that. It's so delicate, these stems. It's a shame, but, you know, to keep them nice and strong, get some support on them. I'm going to start higher up with these. I hope you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go down the stem. Onto the pick. Just below the stem of the wheat. So, because these two are going on the top, I'll measure the same where I started. I'm going to take a bit of that off. just start just above. The thinner the stem on these weeds, oh goodness, the more delicate. I bet you guys have experienced that. The thinner the stem, the quicker they'll snap, or easier they'll snap, should I say. Right, that's those done. We'll get rid of this mess. Right, so the smaller ones will be for the top. Right, so now what I'm going to do is place these either side. I'm just going to cut a little bit off of the bottom. And where I'm placing these, everybody, if I can get to show you, under this globe fern, just there. Oh gosh, I have to be careful with the actual palm. And push in. Now you've got that strength. So they're there. I don't want them any further out. I don't want them longer than this. I wanted to bring them in about 2 inches away from the tip of the gold fern. I'm cutting a 45-degree angle to make it easier to put into the oasis. I'm going to do this again here. And hold on to the oasis for support. And that's like that. You can't manipulate these. Well, you could, now you've got the wire in, but if you didn't, you wouldn't be able to manipulate them. It would be too hard and you'd snap them. So I quite like this. I mean, the flowers were coming down here as well. So you can still able to see a bit of the green there, tape, but that's all right because we will be putting a few bits above it to hide that away from it. Because you don't want people to see your mechanics. So I will be covering them with some floral or some foliage. So I'm going to do the same on this side. Just press my hand onto the oasis for support. And just keep looking at your gold fern so you know how far to come in. So that's how you have that one as well. So now if I lift it up, that's what it's looking like with your wheat sat either side. And they are placed just right under there at the bottom. So the other two that I've got, I'm going to sit here. I'm not going to cut the stem on these. And these I'm going to place just slightly lower than the top of here. I don't want them sticking higher. Let's just have a look. Yep. And do the same on the opposite side. Just by eye view, let's go in a little bit more, that's better. Fluff everything back up because you will have to keep moving things to get things in, but just fluff it all up. Now that's what it looks like from your side view, and that's what it looks like from the top. Let me just remove that fluff. So we've still got, again, got plenty of room underneath here to put other foliage if I wish to put some of my other fern or my eucalyptus or ficus or even anything else. I could get something else out, you know, and add that to it. So now let's start with our floral. Let's bring it in. Now with these, I want 2 of these along, you know, what I can get, and I'm going to put these here as well. So these may need to add on some picks to elongate them. I'll just have to have a look. In fact, actually, I don't think so. By looking at that. Lovely. Again, just fluff up. I mean, I fluffed these up before I started, so I like to be prepared. I'm going to go under the berries and above the crocodile fern. And, oh, it's a flower. I thought it was one of the wheat that fallen off. And I'm just sticking that in slightly. I'm going to put it in between here. And sit it at the end. I can just manoeuvre it around so it's sat central. There. Like that. I hope that you can see that. So that's placed in like that. Do the same. Did I cut another one off? I'm sure I cut another. Oh, I did. It fell on the floor. Oh my good gracious me. I'm at it already. Oh, how long have we been into it? Not very long, I don't think. So I'm going to do the same again on the opposite side, above the crocodile fern. Just sit that also. Let's see how far that one's coming out, because I get very technical with this. So that's 6 inches, or 6 inches, which is just under just 15 centimeters, 15 and 0.3, if we're going to be depending on who works with inches and who doesn't. Right, that needs to go in. Hang on, let me just check again. Do it from the oasis to the 6.5. Let me check this side again. No, that needs to go in a slight little touch. Now let's measure. Brilliant. So they are in either end. I love the two-tone carnations, me. I think they're beautiful. When I'm doing any arrangement where you've got 2 ends, I always tend to be measuring. You know, when I do funerals, I measure. I'm always measuring, because I just don't like to make it look odd. One, say like this flower's here, and then say like that one's right out here. It would look odd. So I like to keep it balanced, and I like to make sure the measurement, you know, are spot on. That's just me, you know. Some people have got a better, well, it's not a better eye view, really, is it? It's just some people are okay about how they've done it. I'm just particular. Bring that underneath there. Place that above. So now I'm making sure that on here I'm going slightly in as I come up. I'm not bringing it out so it's here. I'm coming in to give it the fan shape. I'm just peeling off the plastic if you're wondering what I'm doing, because it has a little coat of second plastic on the bottom. Right, just there. So do the same here. Slightly lift that. I just have to measure, guys. I'm sorry if you think it's weird. 5 and 3. Five. Oh, blooming Nora, guys, I got that bang on. 5 and 3. 5 inches and 3. Oh, I don't usually work in inches. I'm a centimetres and millimetres and feet person. I had to work like that when I was helping my husband out in his business. That's how he works, in imperial and metric, not inches. He doesn't like working in inches either. And feet and, you know, metres. So that's how we have to work in his joinery shop. Because they say in building work and that, they tend to work in centimetres and that because it's more precise. Right, I want that just slightly sticking up higher. Because as you can see, I hope that it's not, if you look at your floral, there's your main one, and it's next step down and then next step down. So you can see that fan in your floral. So let's have a look at our little spray roses. Oh, these are lovely. I'm going to use those, I think, as fillers, because I want to put in these coral ones. I think these are beautiful. I'm going to put, if I just place them, I'm not putting them in the oasis, I'm just placing them so they're leaning on the foliage where I'd like them to sit. One there and a one there. I don't want one in the middle. So, well, that's got a longer stem. I'm taking these leaves off. As we say, they're very tacky. They do thread. It's so a shame, you know what I mean? Because people, I mean, I like to see the foliage on flowers, but if they're not up to my standards, or perhaps everybody else's, don't just put them on to use so you can fill in gaps, because that won't, you know, devalue, I think. Devalue the look. Oh my goodness. Oh, this one's hard. There we go. And just spread around your little bits of gypsophilia, because sometimes they are tangled together. So that one's going to go in there. And this one, I'm just lifting up this asparagus fern. It's going to go in between the length of those. Let me just hold on to the oasis. So as you can see, just push it in, and it's just coming out from there, but coming in from the longer piece. Just want to sit it so it's like that. Again, just fluff all your gypsophilia up. I'm going to do the same here. Oh, wonderful. Gosh, I must have the eye. It's because I've got double vision with my glasses. As they used to say when you were kiddies, if you wore glasses, they used to call you Specky Four Eyes. So, hey-o, I'll accept that. It gives me a better vision for when I'm doing my flowers. Think positive about it. Don't take offence. If anyone says that now, I'll just say, yeah, I've got more vision now to keep an eye on things. And I'm going to do the same with that. So let me measure what that's at. At an angle, 7.5 inches. Again, I don't usually work in inches. but I think I'm not sure if you. Seen a lot of Americans who talk when they're measuring in inches. So, and I think also some older generation in the UK used to work in inches as well. So, let me, before I push it any further. Oh, look at my goodness, I must be wonderful, marvellous. Don't that look pretty? From here, from the back, how it fans out, that looks wonderful. Now let me see, and I want to position all these heads so they're in line as they go up. Can you see that, guys? And I'm going to do the same with this side. Just position so we've got a line of our floral. I hope you can see that. I'll lift it up and look at the line. It goes like that to the top and then it flows right back over to the other side. Very pretty. So I don't need that rose because we've got the carnation in the centre, what's acting as the tall one. Excuse me. Right, I've got our Scabiosa. Oh, this is lovely. And it's got pinks and greens in it. I'll bring it up close when I've took, if I can find where the beginning of the elastic band is. Take that off of the bottom. I'll just bring one up to show you. Put those there. Look at that. If I put my hand, because it seems to zoom in better when it's behind my hand. Look at the colours in there. Isn't that wonderful? And it's the stem's flocked. It's like lamb's ear feeling on the stem. But, oh, that is superb. So let's see. I'm going to bring some. Now, take the leaf off. I don't want the leaf on it. I could either, or bring those in here. If I get a taller one and put those in line there at the top. In fact, that one's a bit bigger than the others. So I want to keep them relatively the same size, yeah. I'm going to take the leaves off. They just pull off. I'm going to put two either side. So I won't need all of them. We're going to see how we can get this. Sit there, yeah. I'm going to draw these into the line of what we've got. So, just there. I'm not pushing them in a lot. Make sure that stem's correct. Oh, let's have a look from the side. Oh my goodness. Look at that, guys, from the side with the Scabiosa in as well. Don't you just love it? I have been wanting to order the cabbage plant. Well, looks like a cabbage. Oh, what's the correct name for it? Oh, I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember. I used to use it a lot in floral, in fresh. But I haven't done fresh for a while. It's hard. I've got books on flowers. I have a book about that thick on every, well, there's probably new flowers now because they make, you know, people pollinate different flowers to bring up a different type of flower or you know, different colour. But I've got a thick book like that, and it doesn't go in name order or alphabetical, it goes in colour sequence. So I think it starts off with white, and then it goes to pink to, you know, and it gives you all the shades of pink and all the different shades of white as well in the white section, and you'll find them even if you've got a white, say like an anemone in the white section, it will also have that anemone in the pink section as well, because, you know, but it goes by colour order, and I found that very, very useful. It was quite expensive for the book, but very, very worthwhile. But that's when I did fresh. But I found that occasionally, sometimes it helps when I'm looking for a certain flower in artificial and I can't remember the name. I'll look for the colour that I want. So like if I wanted a pink, and I'd go through the pink section, and if I spotted it, then I'd research, say like I say, the anemone, research pink anemone, artificial pink anemone, and then when I'd spot them, I'd purchase them when I'd pick the ones that I'd like. And yeah, very, very helpful. Very good guidebook it were. Well, I still, like I say, I've still got it. I don't even think I don't know if I've got it in here, because I've got books under here, guys. Oh God, some are years old, years old. Let's have a look. There's one here. Let me see. Read these. Let's have a look. Oh my good gracious me. There's a book here that I've had when I very first started. Silk Flowers. And you can buy books, even second hand, and it will go through things in it, how to tape things up, you know, how to position them in, you know, on the colours and how to wire them, everything. And you can get many books on different designs as well. If you want artificial wedding bouquets, get a book on that, and it will show you how to do it. And that helped me as well, because like I say, when I do research or anything, I do research. And if that means me buying books after books, I will read page by page, word for word. I am what they call in UK a SWOT when it, you know, when it comes to learning, because I want to know everything. That's just me. And let me just grab something of one of the orders that I've just had this morning that I'm considering putting in. Now, I can't make my mind up which colour. Oh, I've got to show you these. What I ordered off a lady. Oh my goodness. This is a beautiful colour. First of all, I'll show you that one last because I'm excited about that. Look at this. Oh, isn't that fabulous? Gypsophilia, little pods, what I haven't quite opened. I think they are beautiful. And then I've got them in the, like a Charisi pink as well. And then I've got them in the baby pink. But look what caught my eye to go and have a look on her side. Look at these. Aren't these just fabulous? These will make a wonderful in Halloween or anything. The stems are black and they are superb. I love them. I really, really do. So if she's got any more left, I think, because she does sell out very quickly, I will order probably, I might order 20 stems, because I wouldn't want to run out of these. These are beautiful. So that's, and I've got them in black as well. So I've ordered them in black, and I've got berries off her, and oh my goodness. So yeah, I was very excited when the delivery came, and I noticed it was from the lady, from Emily. Oh, so yeah. Right, now we're going to go on to our mini spray roses. And as you can see at the bottom, we have gaps. And these, now I've got the main line, I'm going to place these slightly deeper in. I'm keeping the foliage on because that will add to the texture. So this is how I'm going to place these. I'm not spoiling the line by placing these in. This will just give it a fullness and also fill in any floral. Look at that, just sat below. I'm not going at the same height. as you can see, I'm going below because that is my focal point. So I am going below and using those as slight depth, not very deep, but they're going to be acting as depth amongst my flowers. I want still to see these from the side, my line. So I'm going to put those either side on each end, and I may bring them slightly coming up as well. In fact, I will, because I've got abundance of these. I ordered lots in, especially for my dear friend's daughter, Leanne, for her, like I said, her teardrop bouquet. I think it's on my business site, the picture of her bouquet. And again, I'm just going to place these around the same height as the one below. And that's also forming, if you look, its own line. Just like these, it's forming its own little line above our palm. So these two haven't got much on with the foliage. I want the ones with the foliage on. So let's take that off. That's also got foliage. And so has that one. I'll save those in case I want to perhaps incorporate those somewhere else. But I do want the foliage. And again, there's two pieces what were virtually near the centre. I may need those, you know, if I run out of these, because I don't really want to start a fresh, bush. Because I've got also our ranunculus. See, I could put our ranunculus in between. I could put them rose, ranunculus, rose, ranunculus. I think that would look quite nice, but I don't want to overdo it with too much of the ranunculus because you will spot them because they're super white before any of the others. So I may want to just add these at the bottom. I'm trying to keep it to where there's more pinks against the gold. I keep seeing a little spider hanging down, like a money spider. And I can't get it because I want to, they say if you throw it over your left shoulder, I think it's your left, you're going to come into some money. The amount of times I've tried that, guys. It's not happened yet. I've not won the lottery or anything like that, so I don't know whether it's true. So again, and I'm going to bring these slightly higher as they come up. Let's just get that foliage. Because I'm going to bring them higher like I have done at the top here. I may need to end up getting another. In fact, let me just grab another one just to be on the safe side. Oh, I've got some oddments here of it in a bunch. Oh, we'll grab those. Why not? Look at them all. There's a bucket full. So we'll put those there as well. And we'll do the same. In fact, those single ones without the thing, I could put those, but there. That may look nice. So let me just put one more of this on this side. Slightly higher. Oh, one of my flowers have dropped off its head. Where's its head? There. Right, let's glue that on. There it is. Yeah, let's get one of these. In fact, I'll place them in either side first. I never thought about that, guys, until it's popped up. There's a flower missing off of there. So I don't want that one. I'll take one off here. Can you see how fussy I am? I am a perfectionist. My mum says it. She says I always have been. But I don't see anything wrong in that. So I'm going to put the higher one without the foliage there. I'm not putting the stem because I want to keep, and that's going just in front of the crocodile fern. Let me just push it down. And it's quite hard to get down here now. There. Let's poke that flower through. And I'll put this one also on the opposite side. I'm just untangling because these also tangle around each other, believe it or not. Let's stick that little bit of eucalyptus up. I want that to be at the same height. Magic. Magic. So then I now will carry on. Where did we start? Here, just above. So if I put one here so I know where to stop. Just through there. Is it the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2? Yeah, there. It's all right. I'm just counting the leaves to see where that one started, which was 1, 2, 3, and it started here where I inserted it. So I've done the same 1, 2, 3, and that's where I've inserted that one. So now I know where I need to stop. So if that's going to help me like that, then I'm going to do it on the opposite side as well, so I know where to stop and start. That's another thing that I tend to, I thought of that years ago when I just was doing it, and I kept thinking, oh gosh, I can't remember where I started. 1, 2, 3. So I'll do the same on this. And bring that down. So I know where I started on those. And I'll do it on the opposite side again. So I know where to stop. Isn't it fun? One, two, three. So that, make sure is it going in. And this will also cover your oasis. So I'm going to put that right there. Let's just have a look. I think it needs to go in a little bit more. I tend to check from all different angles. That's better. Can you see that now, guys? Where they're both in at the ends. They're all at the same angle or very much similar. If I want them really spot on, I could measure them. But looking by eye view, that looks okay. So again, as you can see, it's hidden the oasis and it's giving you that beautiful line. I always look at things with, the linear, even though it's curved, it's still a line because it's moving all in the same position, whether it be vertical, horizontal. There's your linear. Do the same now. I know where to stop and where to start. I can go on both sides, relatively quickly without panicking where I should go and where I shouldn't. Bring that one down now a bit further. Move some of this floral behind. I want to see the foliage behind. I want to see our flowers. I think that needs to go down a slight bit more. Let's bring that flower through. Can you see that now, guys? Isn't that looking beautiful? I bet I've been on this video for about 2 hours nearly. I don't mind. I love doing these videos. My husband reckons it's because I like talking to myself. But I keep telling him I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to all my friends on the video who are watching. Right, I've got to be really extremely careful because there's not much room to hold without. Let me just move that forward a bit. I think I might need one more in there. Don't know what that is. Let's just take that off. Something I can make a wire sticking out on its own. Push them up. Oh, the flowers come off. I wonder if that was it. Oh no, that's from there. Oh my goodness, I thought I'd just cut the prong off from the flower. Whew. Let's glue it in. Extra security and peace of my mind. Move the excess glue. Just cut a small 45-degree angle so it'll make it easier to insert inside your oasis. I think this will be the last one I need on this side. Yeah. And there again is your second row of your line, or your fan shaped line. Doesn't that look wonderful? You know what, I could even, if I wish, just put the odd ranunculus on there, and I could spray that gold so it's hidden, the stem. Just place one there, and one there. That'd be a good idea. Oh gosh, you see all these ideas pop into my head. So let me finish these first. I get lots of ideas popping in my head as I'm going along. I don't want it very long. Sometimes you can't get the plastic off. There we are. Now we're starting our opposite side. Let me move things out of the way because I don't want it to catch on the wheat again, because like I say, it will break very easily. So over this side now, and we repeat the same procedure all the way to the opposite side. Just check that that's in line with that. Let's move that one like that. Oh yes. I will get dead excited when I know when I'm doing it, you know, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh yes, that looks lovely. And then I start thinking, oh, it might look nice in my house actually. But I have to stop myself because otherwise our house will just be a house of flowers. You won't see the furniture. Try not to break that. Just now I'm putting the second one in, I will look across to where the height of this one were, so I know I'm going to place it in the correct position. And a bit down, you can see. That's better. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I think it looks wonderful. Because these have not been cut at an angle on the end, so I'm only taking the tiniest little bit just to give it that 45-degree angle. Just look at that side. Yes. Oh. Again, I think one more here. That one's slightly a bit higher than I need it. Just bring that one forward. Yeah. So now we're going to go on the opposite. Don't think I need any more than that. So now this plastic on here has come away. As you can see, you can pull it right to the top because I always tend to do that, pull it as far as it will go, because if I cut it just where it were and then I place it in the oasis, the rest of it up here is going to lift up like that. So I take it to the top, like I say, as far as I can go, and then I just snip it off. You can, if you wish, you can either wire that, put a stem on it, or in fact you could change the stem, put a new one on, a new pick, or you could put some tape around it. I'm not forced on this occasion because I do it sometimes, but this stem is here hiding behind my palm. And I've just noticed something on this leaf. Don't know what it is. It's like plastic. Right, I'm going to shape that. I can't get it off. So I'm just shaping the leaf back. So there we go. But I can still get glue on, as you can see. It's still there. I'll wipe some of it off, but because it's quite a thin stem or the wire, I will keep quite a bit of glue on it just to give it that extra support. I'll look above to make sure it's placed in the same height as the one on the opposite side. And when I say I'm taking a little bit off just to give it that 45-degree angle, I am literally going here. I hope you can see. I don't know if you can see. Oh gosh, I don't know how to show you because it's that tiny. Can you see inside my pliers? That is only how much I'm taking off to give it the 45-degree angle. Because I want the length of the stem. Again, look above onto the opposite side. Put the bigger one behind. Oh, I think it's wonderful. I love these colours. Pastels. You see, I say I love these colours. I love any colour. I am happy with any colour. Follow it again. So this is here. Following this one here. Yeah. Because there's a longer rose on it, I tend to bring the longer one to the back. I think I might need one there. Yeah, let's place that one there. It looks a bit of a gap. Yes, there is. So it's that one I'm following. Push it a little bit more. There. I think that one, that eucalyptus leaf is just slightly in the way. Let me just put one of these in. Should have counted how many I'm putting in. You can see a small gap here. Bring the larger one to the back. There, perfect. Bring it down a little bit more. I can feel the main stem of it now. Take that one off as well. Got one there that I can see. Even if these are, as I say, I wanted the ones with the leaves on, but not all of them have the foliage on. So I will, if I've got a gap and I think I could fill that up, that gap with them, I will put these in without the leaves. It will also help. I think that's sticking out a bit too much. Let me pull this out. Oh, gosh, that were hard. You can tell that glue set. So I'm not going to go in the same hole as that. I don't want to make it bigger. So I'm going to go slightly further in. I'm going to go here. That's better. Check those as well. Same with this one. Oh! Just be careful when you're pulling anything out of the palms. Goodness. I'm going to replace that one as well. That's much better. Right, let me just show you. I know you can see it from these and from obviously that side, but look at it from the top. Isn't that beautiful? How it just goes all the way and from here up, over, down to the end. Isn't that beautiful? That would look lovely. Like I say, anywhere in the house. Absolutely stunning. If I do say so myself. I don't like to big myself up, but oh my good gracious me, guys. And again, we need white. We've got our white ranunculus. We've got our white lilies. I bet you're wondering, how am I going to get those all in? Trust me, there is gaps. I have seen them as I'm working along. And around the bottom, there's gaps. And I'll show you. So like I say, you can do much more. And this is like another compact arrangement. Instead of it just being airy, it's another compact arrangement. I'm not going to put any more foliage in. I don't want to have the foliage in. Look, more gaps that I can fill. So that's where I'm going to put my ranunculus. And there's gaps at the bottom of this one, look, as well, if you can see. And we're going to put things in there. So that is wonderful. And in fact, let me just dot some of these calla lilies in. Let's see. And to give this an extra movement, just take that off. Got a bit of dust on, and oh my goodness, I've took off the lily now. Oh well, we'll glue it on. Think positive, glue it on. It'll always stick. I want to place these in a position where these are going to droop over. So let's manoeuvre these around and push that up. So let me just see. I'm not going to have too many of these. I don't want to spoil the line in the centre. I just place a few in and see. I might not even put them in, which is maybe a shock to you all. But I do like to see a little bit of movement. So let me just see. And I'm going in the centre line as well. Oh, guys, I think it's answered my question. Let me just lean that over. Where did I put that? There. I'm going to follow the image on this side. Bring a few around this side. And then that one is under that carnation. Now let me just look at that from your view. Right, I need to go all the way down with them because at the moment this one looks higher than this one, so I'd have to bring that one down here, but then it's like it finishes there. Well, my finishing point is at the bottom, so under that carnation I'd have to bring another one, and so on the opposite side as well, under the carnation. So now let me just have a look again from the opposite side. Right, it's on the right hand side as you're looking at it. There's a big gap where the first carnation is and the first rose. So I think I may need to put one in between there. So on either side here. There's one here, but the part that I've been looking at from your view is here. And I spotted it. I mean, I haven't placed them in yet. That's just, you know, glued them in. That's just to have a look. Sorry if I keep moving. I just have to have a look further back. Yes, that's much more better. So we're going to go now and place all of these in. I'm going to start from here. And I think that looks much better. So where did I place it? The Scabiosa and the rose. And go between the way I remember is between the carnation and the rose. I do it like that because sometimes I take it out and think, where did I put it? Where was it? So I talk to myself when I'm working on my own and go, like I've just said there, the carnation and the rose. I hope that's right. Yes. Oh, I started doubting myself then. So then this gives like a top line of, you know, the floral coming down like a line as well. Oh my goodness, I've just pulled that off. Let's put one of these on and glue it on. In fact, bring it through first. 1, 2, there's 3 layers on here. So it's like the lily, the leaf, and then the lily again. And then the bud, the lily one, what goes in the centre. Just remove any excess glue. Did I say here? Oh, you see, this is what I mean. The rose and the carnation. And carnation. So did I want one there then? Under the carnation. Oh, I've got one under the carnation. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can be silly sometimes. And one. Let me just, oh, now where do I hold it? Underneath. And just twist them slightly around. So it's coming down. And then one under the carnation. I remember that one at the bottom, under the carnation. But, oh, the wheat's broke. May have to get another, help it again. Right, look, the wheat's broke. That is how quickly they break. So I'm going to turn this on its side. I'm going to get another pick. Wait, what did I do with my green one? Just put it back. I'll use this one. And I'm going to wrap this on where it's broken. I'm going to cut the bit off and I'm going to place that on there and wrap some tape from where it's bent. If I show you, so then you can see how I'm amending it, because it's snapped there. Oh, it's snapped off now. I'm going to place this and bring it up where it were onto there, and I'm going to start wrapping around here, and I'm going to go down right to where this is. I'm going to help it along. Right, that I've done there. So once I've done that one, I will now attach it with my tape onto this one. Or you could even pull it out. Let me take a bit of this off. Or pull it out actually. I'm not going to do a bodge job. I'm going to do a proper job. That's how I work. So let's see. And this is how I measure it. But I did it from the side. Let's see how, right. That's just about here. It's sticking out. So I don't want all this stem to go all the way down there. I only want about 2 inches of it. So under there I will chop off. And again, I'm going to help it with a stem. And I'm going to go further up on this one as well. I'm going to go further up the opposite way first, about that much, and then I'm going to come back down over it. And then I'm going to start to, when I get to here, and then go over my wire. So now I'll incorporate my wire. And again, just follow it all the way down. I'd rather pull it out than try and make a bodge job. I don't want to teach you bad habits. So we will insert that. There's the hole where it went, guys. If you can see, I won't be putting it there. I will put it the opposite side, and I will just push it in there because I don't want that hole to get bigger. So where that little bit of glue is, I will pull off here. And then now I'll just push this in. It was about like that. I can bend the stem because it's got the wire in. And it's back to how it was. Perfect. Right, so I've done that side. So now we're going to do fixing our calla lilies on this side. Just look right down to where the bit of oasis that I can see. Now that one's just slightly bugging me. Taking that one off. To just stroke that one so it, because there's no wire in it, just to keep it warm, to bend it slightly. That's better. Yeah. And then the next one. I have to look now. Yeah, here. Was it here or was it? No, rose and carnation. Gosh. This is what happens when you're my age. You forget very quickly. And then here in between the rose and the carnation again. I think we've been going about a couple of hours on this video, guys. I hope you don't mind how long they are. I just like to show you how I do it correctly. I don't like to cut and edit. Even if it took me 4 hours, so be it. I'd rather it be, you know, you'd be able to watch it as like a double movie if it went on for 4 hours. And then one under the carnation. I know we've got berries in and glowfern and things like that that you can't see, but I put those in purposely, oops-a-daisy, at the bottom for our depth. To hide, it's like filler, because I knew that once I'd get everything in on the outer side, I wouldn't be able to insert it deep within. So that's that. Right, let me throw that away. Just tidy quickly up because I like my space. I know I'm not using much space. And plus, I I don't know about you guys. It's like I say, I'm just very fussy. And I just like you to be able to see what I'm doing without, you know, any mess being in the way, where you're having to look through my mess, where I've been cutting or anything like that. Give you a better view, hopefully. So that's that. Right, finally we're going to put in our ranunculus. I was going to think about putting those in, but I'm not, because it will overdo it. So let me throw these back in box. There we go. Right. For the ranunculus, this is to hide our oasis at the bottom. I haven't put them in, so yeah, one's slightly higher than the other one. I'm just positioning them. Oh, I'm going to use that to cut them with. I'm going to use, and I'm going to position these as well. I suppose these are like bookends. Final touch at the bottom. Let me just have a look. Yes, yes, definitely. So I don't need that one. What do I? Could I put it there? No. That'll spoil the line. Or as we call it in floristry, the linear. So I'm going to put these in. Right underneath the crocodile fern to cover that little bit. Oh, let me just hold it in my hands, guys. Little bit of oasis that is slightly showing. And I'm going to keep it at a similar length to what these spray roses are around the side. I'm going to try and blend those in with those. I don't want it sticking too far out. Under the crocodile fern. And plus I'm adding a little bit of white at the bottom. Like that, look. I hope you can see. I'll bring it down because I might have got it a bit too high. And I'm going to do that exactly the same on the opposite side. Let's cut that a little bit at an angle. Do the same above the crocodile fern. Oh, it's here. I was looking for the other one. And again. A little bit more. Better. Bring this. Have a look. I can still see the oasis at the bottom. So I think what I'm going to do with that, I can get the glue off my hand first. It's hanging on to me. I either may use these rest of these little seeds, or do I put in either I think I had one spare floating about. Yeah, let me just check with this. Yeah, so I want 4 pieces of that. In fact, I could have put those in as well. Oh, I've got to lift it now. Shouldn't have put it down. No, I'm doubting myself on that, so I always say, if in doubt, either take it out, or before you've done it, if in doubt, don't put it in. So I want 4. Pull that one off, we'll put a stem on that. Yeah, that one's long enough. Glue that in, because I wouldn't want that coming out. So that's 3. One more, pull that off. So I'm going to do it either end. those down slightly. I think I'm going to put one in there as well. Oh, it's been lovely now. I've locked my cat in the house today. Like I say, yesterday it was frustrating me. I think that Jenny realised on the video, I didn't look comfortable. It wasn't the video, it was the cat. I don't usually shout at him, but oh, he just really got to me yesterday. He wouldn't leave me alone, meowing around me all day long. Oh, that one's broke, guys. I won't use that. I'll put that in the bin. And for no reason, it's like obviously he can't talk, so you know, being serious now, he can't talk. So I couldn't understand what he was meowing at, apart from he was wanting more food and he wasn't having it because he's got greedy. And it's like people are saying, well, I wonder if he's got worms. I worm him on a regular basis and flea him. The vet says there's nothing wrong with him, so what can I do? So it just frustrated me, guys, so much that I really didn't want him around, even though I don't mind him coming in here. But when he was like that, I really didn't want him near me. You know, but what could I do? He came in and carried on, and so yeah. So last night I made my son take him upstairs in his bedroom just to leave me alone. I just needed to be away from him for a bit. Because I work from home in my workshop, he's around me 24 hours a day. And I don't usually mind. But yesterday wasn't a good day. It was from the minute I opened my eyelids, he was in my face, to the minute I was going to go to bed. And in the end, I just told my son, take him away from me. So it's not that he's, like I say, he's not loved. He is loved. He's spoilt, you know, and my husband reckons it's because of that, because I've spoilt him. Maybe it is, you know, but I love him to bits. And plus I think as well, I've had a lot on with my accounts work, and then the accountant contacted me yesterday. They wanted some more invoices that I'd forgotten to put in, so I had to print them off. Then I had to ask my son, who's still borrowing my car, to drop them off at my accountant's. Oh, and I've not heard back from my accountants yet, so that bothers me. You know, if he's got the correct information he was asking for. Oh, and I think one thing just led to another. So I was just frustrated. I wasn't angry, I was just frustrated. So I'm sorry if that came across on the video. It wasn't meant to. I tried not to, you know, but I'm not going to be false. I'm not going to be pretend, you know, I'm wonderful when, you know, like Jenny noticed that something wasn't right. So again, I'm sorry, guys. It was just a bad day. You know, I think many of us have these days. And again, I really do apologise. It's not professional of me. I'm not supposed to, you know, it's not that I'm not supposed to. I always have a saying that, you know, don't take your problems to work. But the thing is, my work is at home. So my home is around me. So that problem wouldn't escape. It's easier if I got a shop, like you know, somewhere in town or anything like that, then I could escape from it. But I can't escape from it, you know, so because the cat's constantly around me and everything. So it just got on top of me. And I deeply apologise. I shouldn't have brought that feeling into work, but I just couldn't help it because my work is around my home. So again, it was unprofessional, and I'll try not to do it again. Anyway, now I want to say I'm in a better mood today. So the cat's in the house. I've made sure he's in the house. So I feel more relaxed today because he's not meowing around me or spoiling my video by chewing things, because that's another thing that annoys me sometimes. Yeah, I know I laugh about it, but sometimes, you know, it in a serious, you know, way, it can be annoying because people are going to buy these things, and I don't want my cats chewing bits of leaves off of the you know, the arrangements that I've made, you know, and then the customers may spot that there's a bit of leaf missing, or there's an hole in a flower where, like the calla lilies, where my cat's bit through it, you know. So I have to keep an eye on him, and that's another chore, if anything, you know, while I'm trying to do a professional job and show you guys that I'm a, you know, how professional I can be. I am, not can be, that I am, because I have been doing flowers for over 20 years. So again, I'm so deeply sorry. And anyway, let's forget about that and, you know, move on. And now I want to show you that I've finally finished, probably after about 2.5 hours it may be. But hey-o, I love it around you guys. You know, I love chatting to you. I love showing you things, different designs. And I hope it all helps. So, in a brighter mood, I hope you enjoyed that, my usual saying. And if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And please subscribe and share to your friends and family, or pass the message on to your friends and family, you know, that you've seen a video of me doing this. If they want to watch it, you know, where to find me, you know, that would be really appreciated. And again, if you like it, if you've got some of these fans, you know, like I say, stick a piece of Oasis in the centre. Just use a bit of, oh, you can see all the mess from underneath, but I will brush that off with my brush. Put a bit of felt underneath. I put brown to basically blend in with this. I didn't want a light colour, like, you know, like a pale white or something. So I used the brown colour. And then I put the florals in, using our line, our linear, going down, cascading from the centre down. And then also I did 2 on either side lines, smaller linear lines coming cascading down. So as you can see, that's what it's like from the front. That's what it's like from that angle, as you can see it going up. And there's what it's like at the top. So, and then it just carries on all the way over. So again, I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did. I think it's a lovely thing. I've done them before, but perhaps not to this extent. You know, I've done them quite more simpler. But oh my God, I do like this one better. So again, you know, thank you very much for all your comments, everybody. And thank you so much, you know, for all the new subscribers for subscribing. I hope you enjoy my videos, or because I think there's about 60 odd videos I've done now in about 9 weeks. So when I first started, something like that. But, you know, I really appreciate you all watching it and all your beautiful comments. You mean the world to me, you know, and you spur me on to do more for you. And like I say, I am considering doing live, you know, but I've got to, I think, buy a dongle or something, my son said, to get internet connection in my workshop, because otherwise I would have to pay the Virgin Media to connect it in here. And what's the point, you know, when I can get a dongle cheap and I haven't got to pay a monthly rate. So hey-o, you know, bargain, look for bargains, I say. Anyway, thanks again everybody for watching, and I sincerely apologise for yesterday, and I hope that everything you know, you see here today inspires you to give it a go. So I'll see you all again tomorrow, and I'll be in even a better mood tomorrow, because I am a jolly person. So take care everybody, and look after yourselves. Thank you so much. Bye bye.